probably shouldn't check this one, but I'm gonna. So this hive just swarmed on Saturday, and I know that they had enough time to raise a virgin queen, and they waited until she emerged until they swarmed. And the reason I know that is that a week prior they had 8-day-old eggs, and they swarmed 8 days later, and that tells me that they likely swarmed with an emergent queen. So try to get the smoker going again for a second. The goal of this one is just to see what's happening in terms of queen. I'm positive that they swarmed on Saturday. I'm going to see what kind of resources they got left with. I'm going to weigh the hive and see what we're at. And super lucky would be if she got mated between Saturday and today, which is Tuesday. Odds are she probably is not. We'll see if they pulled any comb out up here. I know they had been, but I'll be honest, my comb situation in the supers has never been very good. In fact, I think I've said it on every video. I've never really had a lot of luck with them drawing comb. Now there is a little bit here, nothing that I'd get super excited about. Same little bit on the back side here that does have honey in it. I have the worst luck getting them up into my supers. I'm going to try something today that I saw with Frederick Dunn. I'm going to put a little bit of shaved organic wax on the front board here and see if they work it. But it's not worth weighing right now. Let's see what we got. They're pretty calm. I'm not gonna lie, they're not like super agitated. We're just looking to see kind of what she left them with before they left in terms of resources. So this is about half honey drawn, or honey getting ready to be capped. It's about 3/4 on the backside, if not a little more. This hive had a bunch of queen cells, and I just want to make sure this is all honey. A little bit of capped brood, but all honey. In fact, I'm going to move this one to the outside. Now, when I had checked and found all the queen cells and I knew they were going to swarm, she had laid a bunch of brood, and in fact, there is a bunch of brood in here. So this backside is a full frame of capped brood. It's got a lot of capped brood, and then they're backfilling it with honey because eventually this hive, or this box up here, will become their honey stores for the winter. So their brood is emerging and they'll backfill it with honey. Same, this is all capped brood on both sides, and you can see all these queen cells have emerged. So let's just go ahead and peel them off. Now, if for some reason I just killed their only viable queen, but I didn't, they have open cells, and she would have gone around and killed any other competing queens. I don't expect to see any eggs or anything like that, but I'm just going to take a quick look. Yeah, I've got a fully emerged queen cell here. So they definitely let a queen come out. This has a little bit of capped brood left, so I've got like 2.5, 3 frames of just capped brood still to emerge, which, I mean, that's 12,000 some odd bees still to show up. This one feels, and yes it is, it's all honey. A little bit of capped brood, still no eggs, which again I'm not surprised about because she probably isn't mated yet. But she might be going on her mating flight like today. Usually bees, after they emerge, take 2 to 3, maybe 4 days to harden and kind of mature, and then they take off on their mating flight. This has half capped brood, half honey. And on the back side we have an emerged destroyed queen cell, and the rest of this is full of honey. Awesome. There's our emerged queen cell right there. And they'll take care of it. I don't have to, but I'm gonna. They'll start building it back up and they'll make some honey cells there. And this last one is all honey. So, good to go. And since I know this is one of my swarm hives, I think what I'm going to do is I'm just going to stop there, because I'd hate to go through this bottom box and somehow squish or kill an unmated queen on accident. I want to give her plenty of time, which should be within the next week, to get in there and laying eggs. So I'll check them again in a week. But what I do want to do is just weigh this box real quick and compare it to my previous videos. Again, today is June the 24th. And I want to say the last time I weighed these boxes, they were like 18 pounds. And they're at 18.2. 18 even. So that's awesome. They didn't take a lot of the weight, and the girls have been bringing in honey, so that's killer. And squished one. I just hate killing bees. So I'm going to stop there, and I'm going to have them just finish rearing a queen. I do know that those queen cells have emerged. And we'll check them thoroughly next week, when we should have a fully mated queen. We do have plenty of brood, so they got help. This hive is not going to dip in population. And once we know we have a mated queen in here, we'll start to look at what we're going to do for varroa treatments and whatnot, because it's getting to be time. But I'm stoked to see. I'm going to close that off so that they don't have any pests getting in, bothering them while they're rebuilding. That's awesome to see, though. Stoked.